Thank you guys for joining me back today on my story time where I share 28 lessons I've learned in 28 years of my life. And today I'll be sharing lesson 7. You should not, cannot, you will not shit where you eat. Do not shit where you eat. Life is very complex nowadays and things are getting difficult. Who are workers, those who are business people have a lot of determination to put into their work when it comes to determining how much progress they would have. Some are very conscious of that, while some I would say are distracted. And that's the attention I'm actually trying to draw this day. You see, apart from your education, your career would determine how far you can push yourself. You can number your achievements and the impact that you've made on your career. Your career is like a springboard. The more energy you use to bounce, it's going to determine how high you're going to reach when you bounce. But there are some of us who tend to play around our work sometimes. We feel a job is our reward for going to school, or is a reward for having this connection, or your reward for you feeling that you know somebody. No, that's not the case. Life is tough. Adulthood is something. For you to maintain that adulthood, you need money, and you can only get it from your hustle, and you cannot play with your hustle. Why are you a driver? And instead of concentrating on taking your boss to work diligently, you're meddling in his affairs. So that what will happen? So you lose your job. You're a housekeeper. And you see, these housekeepers in particular, it's very amazing how you go to a house where you're welcomed with so much love. Your master in the house probably takes you like a family member, but you suddenly get very comfortable and begin to define your rights. You lose respect in every form for this person who employed you, and suddenly you're beginning to feel like a family member. I've gotten a lot of stories of how housekeepers in particular, they're either stealing from you or wearing your stuff or overusing provisions in the house as though it's their house, or talking to you anyhow. And the next moment, your housekeeper is trying to remind you how he or she is old enough to be your father, your uncle, or something, and using age as an emotional blackmail. I don't understand. There's a story my neighbor shared with me sometime. She got into a relationship with her manager. She went against her values, because I mean there's some people who hold on to this so tight that no matter what, they would never have a relationship at their place of work. The guy claimed that he loved her so much and their story could be different. I know a lot of couples who got married because they met at their job site. Yes, but it takes only two mature people to do that. And nowadays, maturity is a very it's very scarce. It's like currency. A lot of us out here feel so big. We look so big. So you get it. But that brain up there is very, very small. Well, the relationship went on. She noticed that when they have any issue, it affects work. Anytime there was a little misunderstanding, work was going to be affected. It got so bad, there was a time that this guy went and reported her to one of their directors. saying that he doesn't want to work with her again. She should be transferred to a different department. And she was called by management and she was so surprised. How do you explain? There are some people that if you give them that opportunity to see that the best side of you, the emotional side of you, the unprofessional side of you, the loving side of you, they will automatically think that they are Lord over your life. A human being will wake up in the morning and go and report to management saying they don't want to work with you anymore. You should be transferred because they think that they have that power of being heard. So they can toast you just like they would. My dear, you would want to be in that kind of a situation. So please let's be wise. Let's be wise. Okay. I'm only making this call, this appeal for us to focus. That job, no matter what it is, that gives you money, you simply have to put in your best into it. No time for games. You don't have to play. That girl could have lost her job. And she was asked by management if there was something more to the story. Because the immature guy went there and was ranting, forgetting to understand that, I mean, people deal with human beings, and this director would have probably had an experience or listened to something like that. And she was asked if there was more to the story. Lucky enough, she was smart and she was able to bind her way into justifying herself, and the matter ended there. What if she had lost her job? What if? So, no matter what you're doing, no matter the petty hustle, if you think that because you're working in your father's company, in your uncle's company, or wherever you would play, you might be affecting or distracting another person whose job is everything to him or her. When we are at work, we put relationship aside and we deliver. That's what work is. Work is all about delivery. Don't get messed up. Don't get distracted. Don't get fooled by anybody. And that's my little story. Until next video, please remember to like, to share, to subscribe, and also comment. I wouldn't want to be the only storyteller. I would also want to listen to your experiences as well and tell me what was that mistake you did on the job that almost jeopardized your career. It could be a lesson to anybody. Until we meet again next video, remember to please stay focused.